The examples set forth in this presentation are hypothetical examples that are intended to explain the components and operations of the SizzleZing compensation plan. Success in SizzleZing is not guaranteed. It does require action on your part. You must complete the minimum qualification to take part in the SizzleZing compensation plan. Hello everyone, my name is Aaron. I have something incredible that I wanted to show you. I was just playing around with some numbers in my Excel spreadsheet, and SizzleZing is absolutely, truly amazing and one of the most powerful ways online to power up your income from what you're already doing, whether you're working a 9 to 5, working 8, 10 hours a day, or whether you're participating in another network marketing program or another online program, making money online. We're not here to steer you away from that. We're just here to add to that. Is there anything wrong with making some extra money on the side that doesn't take away any time from you or your family? There's nothing wrong with that at all in my case. And this is not a presentation video. If this is your first time looking at this or even hearing SizzleZing, please go to earn5kfast.com, www.earn, the number 5, the letter K, fast.com, and watch the SizzleZing presentation, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. This is just meant to be real brief, just to show you how powerful this thing can be financially. What I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead. I was $8.50 an hour. All right, times 40. That's what I was making a week, 340 a week before taxes were taken out. Getting paid every 2 weeks. So I was looking at about 680 every 2 weeks being paid. And so if I do 680 times 26, I was paid throughout a 26 work week. That's what I was making. $17,680 a year annually. Now if I wanted to increase that amount, 17,680. If I wanted to increase that amount, what I'll have is at the end of the year $26,520. Now that's an extra $8,840 on top of the $17,680 that I was making at my current job before they laid me off. Well, in SizzleZing, that's just 10 cycles on Zing 1. What's a cycle? Earn5kfast.com will tell you exactly what a cycle is. And phenomenal, because if I go here, put in 10 times 880, that's what a cycle on Zing 1 is paying out, $888. Well, that's $8,880. Okay, and all I've done was invited some friends and family members, helped them get started in their SizzleZing business online, and from there, no overtime hours, no, not a second job. This is just something that we're doing right from our kitchen table and having tremendous success with it. All right, but what if every 3 or 4 cycles on Zing 1 was a cycle on Zing 2? Well, then that would end up going into, so let's just divide. We'll say we'll go into 3. We know it's going to be 3 times. All right, so we have 3 times on Zing 2, and maybe 1 time at the Zing 3 level, paying out $4,488. Could you stand to use an extra $20,000 this year? Wonderful, wonderful. All right, we're only spending either 140 to come in at our pre-level, which is the Zing feed, earn5kfast.com for more information on that, or the Zing 1 level, $330 one time. And this is just one time. Would you trade? If I said I'll give you $20,000 if you give me 140, would that be a fair trade? For you it would, not for me. But this company, like I said, we're not here to steer you away from what you're already doing. We just want to add to it. We want to compound it. We want to power up your income. The numbers start to become staggering when you start to think about people with downlines of 4,000, 5,000 people in multi-level marketing. And so if we was to just say 4,000 people over time, this is from word of mouth marketing. Like I said, this is just you sharing this with a few people. They share it with a few people who share it with a few people. Over time, this starts to build. So let's just say 4,000 people end up coming through your business over time. Well, let's just say 4,000 people. It's 4 people. It takes 4 people to bus a board, all right, to come in at the level 2 spots. Right here is 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. We use a 2x2 system. 1 at the top, 2, then 2 underneath. 1, 2, and 3, 4. All right. So 4 people coming in causes the board to bust. Person at the top leaves. So if we divide that number by 4, it's going to be 1,000. But we'll go ahead and do it. Divide it by 4. That's 1,000 cycles. That's 1,000 boards being busted. And let's just say out of that 1,000, every 3 to 4 boards every 3 to 4 boards is you coming off. So we'll just say 3. Well, that's 330 times. If we say 333 times on the Zing 1 level, that's going to be times the 888 that it's paying out. That's an extra $295,000. Now, let's just say every 3 times a cycle, every 3 cycles on Zing 1, you're cycling Zing 2. Well, that'd be 111 at the Zing 2 level. And then every 3 times you're cycling at the Zing 2 level, let's just say that's 1 cycle at the Zing 3 level, all right? And so that's going to give us, that would give us about, I want to get precise here. I don't want to do my estimate. So divided by 3, 37 times. So we have 37 at that level. Could you stand to make an extra $726,000 over the course of a year, over the course of 2 to 3 years as your business grows? And this is on top of the $17,680 that you're making at $8.50 an hour at your current job. And that number is less if you're only making $8 an hour. And if you're only making minimum wage, that number is tremendously less. All right, but what if I'm making $100,000 already? Doesn't matter what kind of career you're in. You're already making $100,000. What would I need to do to make an extra $50,000 in the course of a year? Well, in the course of 1 year, in the course of 12 months, from the time you join our program, you would just need to cycle the Zing 1 position 56 times. All right, so cycling that 56 times, we'll divide that number by 3 as well. 56 divided by 3, that's 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. I mean, just over the course of time, you see how it all plays out. $119,000 in extra income on top of what you're already doing. You might be a lawyer, might be a dentist, might be a doctor. It doesn't matter. On top of what you're already doing, could you stand to make that kind of money without having to get a second or third job, without having to get a babysitter while you're working that second or third job? I mean, this is, you're still spending time with your family. You're giving your time back to those who need it, who deserve it, and who want it the most. Could you stand to make that? And remember, all you've done was you spent $140 one time or $330 one time, or came in at both levels in one fair swoop for $470. I mean, it doesn't matter. $140 gets you full access to our compensation. When you cycle off this board for the first time, you're going to be promoted to the Zing 1 level. And then from the Zing 1 level, you'll be promoted to Zing 2, be promoted to Zing 3. You're on all 4 boards working at the exact same time. So that's why we use those numbers every 3 or every 3 or 4 cycles at one board is a cycle on the next. I mean, the numbers are compounding, and these are hypothetical. You could cycle Zing 1 3 times and cycle Zing 2 3 times. I mean, there's different scenarios, but I'm just using one of the most simple ones to follow, one of the most easiest ones to follow. I mean, people coming in here making $20,000, $30,000 in their first 28, 30 days in the program. This is how powerful our program can be if you choose to come in and take full advantage of it. Earn while you learn. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both. If you're tired of that dead-end job, if you want something different out of life, or if you just want to make some extra money on the side to build up your savings account, to have an emergency funds account. I mean, you never know when that car's going to break down. You never know when you're going to have to go to the hospital. I mean, you think life happens, and it's always good to have something, a plan B. Because like me, hey, I worked 9 months, got laid off because the company got slow in the wintertime. It was an AC company. Got slow in the wintertime. I got laid off because I was one of the newest there. All right. A month later, I saw SizzleZing. And I got laid off December 14th, 2012. It is December 17th, 2013. I have yet to fill out a job application. and I've cycled these boards numerous of times. So I'm telling you, you can do this. All it takes is a will and determination to succeed. Everything else is up to the person who sponsored you or the team that you're working with. And we work with some phenomenal people who want nothing more for you than to come in here, go to Zing 3, and just keep cycling and cycling and cycling. So if you don't understand it, that's because you probably never heard of SizzleZing before. Go to earn5kfast.com. Check out one of the overviews, one of the presentations that was done with one of our members, and you will see how powerful this thing could be. Thank you, and thank you once again. I look forward to working with you in the future.